Hey, what's up, guys? Eyes open in California here. So today is, wow, it's like super zoomed. So today is Sunday, October 12th, 2025. So 2 days ago, I had an interesting dream. And this is the first chance that I'm getting to make this video. So anyways, the dream goes like this. I'm in a big city, like a super metropolitan kind of city. And I don't really know like what kind of neighborhood I was in, but I was surrounded by like three or like probably like four-story buildings, and they had a bunch of windows. So I had like a knowing that I was in like a residential kind of area of some super metropolitan city. And I'm standing on a sidewalk and I step off into the street to cross the street. And as I take that step, I look off to my left, and off to my left there was a man, and this man was holding his cell phone in his right hand. So his arm closest to me, his hand was holding a cell phone. And as I took that first step, I looked at him, and his arm twitched like this, and he dropped his phone. And I was thinking to myself, that man just dropped his phone. I wonder why. And I looked at him, and then in my peripherals, I looked past him, and because there was something moving past him. So past him was another dude, and this other dude was moving like this. And I was like, huh, what's going on? So then I thought, and I looked around, and everywhere I looked, as my vision panned around, everybody was moving like this and twitching. And I was like, oh, snap, the zombie apocalypse just started. And just then, these double doors across the street from me opened up. They opened up, and a woman came out, and she was moving like this. And then she stared at me, and I was like, "Oh boy!" And she ran straight at me, like she was running straight at me. And I just reached out and socked her real quick, and I dropped her. And then off to my right, the dude that was off to my right was already running at me. And so I grabbed his arm and I hip tossed him. I hip tossed him over my body. He landed right there, and I socked him. And then when I got done hitting him, I looked up and I was surrounded. Like there was just arms already reaching for me, and I was trying to hook and jab. And then that was the end of that scene. While I was trying to fight this crowd, I was like, damn, oh, they got me. Like, I'm not going to get out of this. I had a knowing that I was done for. So in the next scene starts off. I'm on a sidewalk in a super metropolitan city. Yes, as you guessed, it replayed, right? So here's the replay. I'm on the sidewalk. I'm in a super metropolitan city, a residential area, four-story mega housing complex unit, whatever. I go to take a step to go across the street. There's a man off to my left, 20 feet away. In his right arm, in his right hand, he's holding a cell phone. And his arm starts to twitch. His cell phone hit the ground. And I looked. The minute his arm twitched and his cell phone hit the ground, I went, whoa. And I bolted immediately. I took off running as fast as I could. I ran across the street. I jumped over this chain link fence kind of thing. I don't know what this thing was. But it created the perfect partition between me and everything that was happening on the street. I jumped on the other side of that chain link fence, and I looked back to the street, and everybody was running around all berserko zombified. And then there was a dude that came in like a 70s kind of like a Monte Carlo looking vehicle, and he was running the zombies over. And when he was getting ready to head off out of view down the street, he spun it around. He hit the gas and power slid and came back and started hitting more people with this vehicle. And he looked at me and smiled. And then I woke up. So, anyways, that's what I dreamt 2 days ago. So, what God was showing me was that, there's when this happens, everybody has heard of the fight or flight mechanism. Well, in the first scene of this dream, I did neither. I didn't have the fight or flight reaction. I was just like, huh, I wonder why that guy dropped his phone and why is his arm twitching? And why is the guy on the other side of him twitching too? And then I looked all around and I'm like, matter of fact, everybody's twitching. I wonder how come they're twitching and I'm not twitching. And then I was like, zombie apocalypse just started. So I missed that window. I missed that flight window. And there was no way I was going to win fighting them. So, anyways, I've had a few dreams about like how fast this is gonna go. And so, before I end this video, where are we at here? Bye. Let's see. Anyway, so I think this video is probably long enough to not make it into YouTube Shorts. But I had a dream one time, and the narrator, as the dream started, was a zombie apocalypse dream. As the dream started, a narrator's voice was narrating, and I was told that whoever is not with you when the zombie apocalypse begins, you are to consider them dead because you will die trying to get to them. Whoever is with you, that is your family, or that is your family now, or something. And based on what I just saw in this little short dream, I believe it. I believe it. I only had about 5 seconds to get to safety or I was done for. I couldn't imagine trying to get across a city or a county or a state or something of this. It's not going to be possible. So, anyways, that's what I dreamt. Do with this information what you must. And when you see something like that going on, just be knowing that the pulse happened and it's time to run. Because sat around just watching, like, hey, what's going on here? And it didn't work out too good for me in the first scene. But in the second scene, I was able to get to safety because I didn't question what was happening. I had an immediate flight response, which was the proper response. So, anyways, this is Eyes Open in California. Thank you. God bless you.